Okay, I just watched 5 TikTok that completely changed how I think about money. And this first one's gonna piss a lot of people off. Let's go.
I can't stand it when I see kids that are making 70 grand a year, spending $28 for lunch. I mean, that's just stupid. It's just, think about that in the context of that being put into an index and making 8 to 10% a year for the next 50 years. The best test I do with my kids' friends too, go into a closet, go into your closet and look at how much shit you have you don't wear.
The funny thing is I don't have any clothes because we lost all of our clothes with our last house that we lost to mold and mycotoxins. So I actually don't have anything in my closet.
Because you either bought it because you thought you were going to wear it and never wore it or wore it once, and you end up wearing 20% of your portfolio all of the time and 80% you pissed away. I mean, that's really stupid. And so for a young person, a young woman or man, don't do that.
He got me on the clothes thing. Luckily, I lost everything. But before that, I had way too many clothes in my closet and he was spot on. But wait, let's do the actual math because this is insane. $28 lunch, 5 days a week, that's $7,280 a year. You know what that becomes in 30 years at 10%, which is easy to get? Over $500,000. Your lunch is worth $500,000. And he's right about the 80-20 thing. I wear the same 5 shirts every single week and almost on every one of these videos, as you can see. But our closet used to be packed and we all do this. But here is what changed my perspective. It's not about money. It's playing life like a video game. This next guy compares making money to playing video games. Watch this.
Once you realize that this game of entrepreneurship, this game of business, this game of, quite frankly, just making money really is so eerily similar to a video game. In the exact same way in a video game, you have levels, and each level there's different unlocks and there's different conquests and different challenges, and you have to pick what tools you use and what character is the best for the right challenge. And also a very big aspect of it is the fact that you get to try again. And I think most people really underestimate that in life. In this game of making money, you can try again and again and again until eventually you crack the code and you win the game.
The respawn thing. This is genius. Think about it. When you die in Call of Duty, do you ever throw the controller down and never play again? No. You respawn, you learn the map better, and you get better with new strategy. But in real life, people start one business, and if it fails, they go back to their 9 to 5 forever. They forget they can respawn. So what level are you on right now? Like if life was actually a video game. I feel like I'm like level 15, past the tutorial, but not boss level yet. Comment your level below because I'm actually curious. So if it's really a game, here's the exact strategy how one individual went from his parents' basement to 8 figures. $1,000 to invest. Let's see what an 8-figure guy does with it.
If I had just $1,000 to invest in 2025, here's exactly how I'd break it down. This is coming from a dude that used to live in his parents' basement to now being worth 8 figures. The first $250 I would put into QQQ. It's made up of companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Google, making up the Mag 7. Has faster growth, higher volatility, and averaging around 18% annually. The next $250 I would put into VTI. It's a whole US stock market in one fund like Apple, Tesla, and Costco. It's super simple and you're just automating compounding without hype. Then I would put $250 into STRF. It pays consistent 10% dividends with downside protection. You can reinvest those dividends automatically for steady income. And finally, the remaining I would put into Bitcoin. It's digital gold, scarce, it's global, it's decentralized, and institutions are recognizing its unmatched potential. This is the highest conviction, biggest upside, and strongest asymmetric bet. You can lock it away, dollar cost average, and let scarcity drive returns. Make sure you save this video and come back to it in a few years to see if I was right.
Write this down right now. QQQ for growth, VTI for safety, STRF for income, and Bitcoin for the moonshot. He literally just gave you a portfolio in 60 seconds. And what I love about it is it's so actionable. Like you could literally pause this video, open a brokerage app, and do this today. But here's the thing. Most people watching this will screenshot it and never do anything. And I'm not even saying I would use this portfolio personally, but he did give you an exact portfolio option. So let me ask you, are you a screenshotter or an action taker? Because the next guy started with even less money and claims that he can make $1 million within 12 months. $92 to Millionaire in 12 months. Let's watch it. This better be good.
You once said, if today I came to the US with $92 in my pocket, I would still become a millionaire in 12 months. But let's be tactical. What would you do and how would you do it in 12 months?
Find the need, fill the need. So I would spend some time looking around at what people struggle with. What is something that's difficult that could be made easier? What is something that could make somebody's life more comfortable? So something that could be done quicker, something that could be done better, something where there's a gap in the market. And the bigger the company, the greater the gap. IBM held the rights to Microsoft and they let them walk because the CEO was like, who's ever going to have a personal computer on their desk? Mr. Gates, you go for it. 10 years later, IBM was filing bankruptcy. They didn't. And Microsoft is the biggest company in the world. So find a need, fill a need. The next thing is find people who are in that space who are doing it well. Copy them. Find people who are doing it, put your own spin on it, and then do this.
Find the need, fill the need. It's so simple. Everyone's trying to invent the next Facebook, but he's just saying find something that annoys people and fix it. The IBM story though, they had Microsoft. They literally owned the rights to what became the biggest company in the world, and they just threw it away because they couldn't see the future. This is happening right now with AI, crypto, and everything. Copy and improve. Find what works and make it better. You don't need to be original, you need to be better. What's one thing that annoyed you today? That could be your $1 million idea. Now, this last guy, he's playing the game at a whole different level and he's about to break your brain. Just watch these numbers.
How much money's in my bank account? $72.7 million in one account, $154.1 million in another account, and $75 million in another facility. The reason I want to see this every day is because you're going to steal from me, I'll know about it today. I'll watch that balance change every day. Number two, I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm not trying to keep the money, I'm trying to convert money to buildings or into investments or into businesses. Like art, I can't make art go up in value, but I know over long periods of time, if I bought the right piece of art, it's going to go up in value. Real estate, I can actually increase the value of the real estate pretty quickly by putting our brand on it. We put 10X Living on the brand, Cardone Capital's on it. We put our own culture around that property, and over long periods of time, the value of that property goes up. 10 years from now, this will be worth at least a third less than it is today, and I expect real estate to be a third more than it is than I paid today, which means I got a third this way and a third that way, which means I made 67% on my money.
$72 million in one account, $154 million in another account. Did you catch what he said though? He's trying to get rid of money. While we're all trying to save, he's desperately trying to convert cash into assets. He checks it every day, not because he wants to see the number. He's making sure no one's stealing, and he's looking for opportunities to deploy it. Real estate, art, businesses. That mindset shift though, cash loses value. Assets gain value. This is how I got wealthy. He said that money will be worth a third less in 10 years, but his real estate will be worth a third more in 10 years. That's a 67% spread by just moving money from one place to another. The more you know, the better you do. Okay, let's connect all of this because this is actually pretty insane. First guy, stop bleeding money on dumb stuff. Video game guy, you can respawn. Failure isn't permanent. Investment guy, here's exactly where to invest your money. $92 guy, find a problem and make it better. $300 million guy, convert your cash to assets. They're all saying the same thing in a different way. Money is a game and we're playing it wrong. We're trying to save while they're trying to multiply. We're afraid of losing while they know they can respawn. So here's my challenge. Tomorrow, skip the expensive lunch and put that $28 in QQQM. Or write down 3 problems that annoy you. Or just check your bank account balance and ask yourself, is this money working for me or against me? Is it dying slowly? Because a year from now, you're either going to be the person that's growing their investments, or you'll watch another video like this wishing you would have done it. Which person are you going to be? Comment below with one thing you're going to do. If you want to see me try all 5 of these strategies over the next 30 days, subscribe and I'll see you soon.